Welcome back. Today I would like to share 3 dating boundaries. If you desire to have a healthy dating relationship, it is crucial that you have clear set boundaries right from the start. Boundaries act as fences. When you have fences, then you are in a better position to decide the kind of people whom you would let inside your world and those that you would refuse. By having boundaries, you are able to have a personal space and you enable other people to know the kind of behaviors that you find acceptable and those that are not. With that, let's get into the first boundary, which is to date strong believers. If you are young, and especially if you are someone whose spiritual aspect is not yet grounded, I totally feel with you. I understand you. You might feel and think that this is so uncool, this is so unromantic. But then, as you mature with time, you will understand the wisdom that comes with this boundary. I had a client who shared that before he met his life partner, he had dated a few women. And along the way, at some point of time, when he started sharing about his spiritual aspect, what happened was these women, they said that he was so holy, or like that God did not mean in the dating picture and all. So he had to leave them. You could be someone in the same shoe as well, where you have to leave other people because you find them as a spiritual mismatch, or it could be the other way around as well, where other people ditch you off because they find you spiritual and they don't find you as a match. In either of the cases, I would encourage you to not look back but to move ahead, because eventually you will find someone who is a better match with whom you can be spiritually compatible, and you will be able to move the ball ahead in a more progressive way. So if you are affirmed that you want to date a strong believer, keep on going with that. The second boundary is to date people whom you know well. Do not be in a hurry to start off the dating relationship in a romantic note. Instead, take it slow and take time to know that person in the light of a friendship zone. Because when you get to know each other as friends, then um, you don't need to pretend, isn't it? You don't have to be artificial. You don't need to put on the mask all the time. You can be yourself and you can see the other person just as they are. You are able to weigh them in a better light. You can see how they treat people of older ages, how they relate with people who are younger than them, or how they are with children, how they treat people of different social standings, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses. And that will be a solid ground for you. So it is good to take time to get to know each other as friends first before you move on to the other stage of becoming romantically involved or romantically dating with one another. I think that will be a safe boundary for you. So those are the first and the second boundaries. And before I move on to the third boundary, I would like to take a moment and express my gratitude to each of you who have subscribed, liked, and commented on my previous videos. If you are watching this video and finding it beneficial, I invite you to subscribe so that you can be notified when the next video is uploaded as well. Also, allow me to make an announcement. IICC, Insight Institute of Christian Counseling, is organizing a 1-month counseling training. This is for anyone and everyone who is interested in the field of counseling. If you are a student and you want to know whether counseling is your cup of tea or not, whether you would like to further your studies in this field or not. This course can act as a taster for you. If you're someone involved in ministry and desire to be the hands and feet of Jesus by being more compassionate to the people whom you're serving, this is for you. If you are a person in leadership in different organizations, or you don't necessarily need to be a leader. If you are someone who is somehow interested in the field of counseling but have not been able to train yourself or to go for long-term counseling courses, then this could be for you. So if you feel interested, feel free to contact us. I will leave the contact numbers in the description box below. The training will be starting on 3rd July and it will end on 30th July. It will run for 2 days in a week, that is Tuesdays and Wednesdays only. The timing will be from 9:30 a.m. in the morning to 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon. And the early bird registration will be closed by 25th June. So with that, let's get into the third and the final boundary, which is to maintain physical boundaries. By that, I mean anything and everything from holding hands to more intimate moves. One of the questions which young people frequently ask is how far can we go? If you have watched the video, when should you start dating? There I have shared that when you are young and filled up with emotion, feelings and attraction towards one another is strong, then you tend to make regretful choices. I would pick on that and elaborate more. So, physiologically, women might feel and think that just a hug, just holding hands or a gentle kiss is fine. That's okay. But for men, they take it as a welcome to more intimate moves. And it's a progression. You might be holding hands today, you might be hugging tomorrow, you might be kissing the other day, and then, it's a progression. So, and then when you're filled up with emotion and feelings, sometimes it gets difficult to back off. Even though you know that you are not doing the right thing, it becomes a gray zone, isn't it? And what usually happens is when your sexual glands are so on its high, then the emotional brain, the feeling brain, it hijacks the rational side of the brain. And in those moments, people tend to take reckless or irrational moves which they regret later on. So I would say that instead of asking how far can I go or how far can we go, wouldn't it be wiser if you protect yourself from tempting yourself, isn't it? Because it is better to remain safe than to tempt yourself and later find it difficult to move away from those temptations. So I think I would answer that way. And always remember that virginity is beautiful. It is the most priceless gift that you can give to your future spouse. So preserve it, save it for the one who is worthy of you. Save it for the person who is willing to commit, who is willing to live the highs and lows of life with you. Do not just give it away because it's far too precious to be given away like that. I would end with this, and thank you so much for staying with me until the end. I would see you in the next video. So bye bye for now.